Hi, it me. Hello, this is going to be a second channel video. I don't do those very often, but I'm certainly doing one right now. Let's see. Oh, hey, I guess I didn't stream on Twitch for 2 years. I'm gonna be able to do that soon eventually. Anyway, I like Pokemon. That Pokemon music video that came out earlier today was pretty good. I'm just gonna, basically go through this as close to frame by frame as I'm willing to go, just to see all the Easter eggs, because there are a lot of them. There are a couple times where I'm even going to be like, wait, I don't actually know what that is, and that's where you people in the comments can let me know. Also, this is a second channel video, so I don't really expect a lot of actual views, but hey, whatever. First, most important thing I'm going to do here, though, is delete the audio. This is why I'm not using YouTube. This is the only reason I'm using Vigs. I know I could just mute it, but shut up, this is easier. This thing started claiming stuff real quick, so we're just gonna pretend that there's no actual music video in this music video and that we're just looking at the video part. So, yeah, this part is easy. It's Pokemon, and then it starts with, the Game Boy styled thing, and then this is a reference to the thing where you could see on the TVs, it was, in the original games, and I think it shows up in every Kanto thing, where it's something about four boys walking on a railroad track. I think it's a reference to some other thing, prior to Pokemon, but they're referencing the thing in the games as opposed to the original thing. At first I was like, oh wait, are these, supposed to be designed after the band members? But I don't think they are. Anyway, this is mildly creepy, but I like these little scenes of the characters growing up, and, I mean, this is just... Okay, there we go. Without the Pikachu hand, that's just extremely relatable in general. But, I'm trying to tell... I've watched this a lot of times before I started doing this, and I'm still trying to figure out how old are these characters supposed to be. They're either high schoolers or in their 20s, and I'm not sure, because, this is a nostalgic look back at the entire Pokemon franchise, so it would make sense for them to be, the age where they would be playing, they would have, grown up with the series starting with Gen 1 or Gen 2, which would put them in their 20s, so college age and above, but I'm not entirely sure, because I do not know Japanese school uniforms well enough to tell, alright, is this elementary school, middle school, high school, and then he's, in college or living on his own or something? Or is this kindergarten, elementary school, middle school, and now he's a high schooler? I'm not sure. Because, it's the same, it's clearly the same age each time for both characters, so it's, can't really tell there. I mean, that's a lot of spit. I don't know if you should be licking your Eevee that much, but, I mean... It is a cute Eevee. I'm surprised they were able to take this much liberty with the designs of Pikachu and Eevee. Because, this is, barring Gigantamax, the chubbiest Pikachu's looked in a long time. And it's also the most stylized I've seen Pokemon allow itself to be very often. So, that's neat. Alright, so, yeah. Then, is this supposed to represent, someone playing a game on TV or something? I'm not actually sure who this person is supposed to be. Because at the credits, if you go back to the credits, they're watching the credits with a Yamper on the couch or something. So this might just be something I'm not getting because I have known nothing about the actual band and I'm just looking at the video from a Pokemon fan's perspective. But yeah, it's someone watching the adventure or whatever, representative of the player or something. I don't know. And then it sort of looks like it's a projector looking at the screen because... This shot is reversed for the credits, so it seems like he is just actually jumping into the game world or something, and which is why we get this nice transition to the other character, and you just see the... Hold on a minute. Okay, no. They did... I know there's, an actual word for the style, but this isn't what they did in Chowder, where there's just a texture behind a character's clothing or something. So it's not hollow, it's a different picture of the sky, but it is still a moving picture of the sky, which is really interesting. But, yeah, I can't... Is that just Eevee's big tail? That is just Eevee's big tail. Okay. Could not actually tell. I also just really like the designs of these new trainer characters. I mean, I would love for this to be, a shadow drop of Gen 9 or whatever the next game is. Because, I don't know. I could see this person being a professor. Or, the parent character. I'm not sure. And I like these trainer designs enough where I would... definitely be okay with playing as one for a game. But anyway, here's the big fan service part. You played all these games. Now remember all these people you had to beat. And it's my type. That was lost on me for a lot longer than I'd care to admit. I had to watch it a couple times. I was like, oh no, this isn't by generation. This is by type. Maybe the color coding's intentional. So I mean, just got some great frame. I'm looking mostly at Eevee here, even though the background is good too. Like I just like Wake. He almost punched Juan in the face, but I guess Juan almost pointed his nose out, and then Lana's just kind of chilling on the left. If it isn't obvious, this entire video it looks amazing. Okay, I did not notice that Pikachu until just now. I was spending most of the time focusing on like Volkner and Luxray, because Luxray is, fun fact, the Lux part of Luxin does come from Luxray. So it's also nice how just because everything is a different tone of yellow here, the Luxray does look shiny, which is nice. And I mean, I like Elise's little :3 face there too. And it's always good to see Watson because Gen 3. But then Eevee dies. That's what an Eevee skeleton looks like apparently. It does only have one bone in its tail, which is interesting, but sure. And then, okay, hold on a minute. Okay, I get how they, alright, followed it up with, does it go in type effectiveness order? Hold on a minute. Water, electric, ground, ice, fire, rock, grass, poison, psychic. Yo! That's pretty cool. Wait, hold on. It went from fairy to you almost had it. I'm going to go back to like look at the other gym leader things again, but so it's like, all right, so electric's good on water, ground's good on electric, ice is good on ground, fire's good on ice, rock is good on fire, grass is good on rock, poison's good on grass, psychic's good on poison, ghost is good on psychic, dark is good on ghost, bug's good on dark. I mean, fairy is only good. Okay, I guess they got close, and then fairy just kind of screwed things up, because now it's like, all right, now it goes in opposite type effectiveness. Then dragon and steel don't really have any super effective interactions at all, and then there's normal, and then I mean it loops back around to fighting and flying, so the last couple do work, but that's disappointing that they almost had something cool and then they dropped it. But I don't know if it is possible to go around the entire type chart in a loop like that. Well, no, you can't. You would need normal to go last. And no, I don't think it's possible. Anyway, so you got the ground type. You could see that it's gym leaders, elite four, trial captains, and kahunas. Because you got like obviously there are kahunas for the first 3 types here. Or no, first 2, and then Papu's there for ground. And yeah, there you go. I thought Glacia, you could barely see Glacia, but she is in there on the left underneath the trainer. I mean, all right. Eevee is just, it's funny because for the girl, Eevee gets beat up, but for the boy, he's the one who gets beat up. Also, it's just nice to see Infernape. The in part of Luxin comes from Infernape, so you're learning a lot about me today. But it's funny how Flint's Pokemon is the one that gets the little spotlight here, because good old Diamond and Pearl Flint with his 2 fire types, I think. So, yeah. Also interesting how, in most cases, every trainer on screen has a Pokemon representing them. But for the ones where there's more, it doesn't, like... Alright, there's only 3 ground types, so you got... That's just... I'm sorry, Mudsdale's expression is amazing. 3 trainers, 3 Pokemon, easy. Go back to electric, Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, that was a Raichu. Okay, it looks like a Pikachu in that specific frame that I was looking at before, I guess. But, oh yeah, those are, its arms are pointing up where Pikachu's ears would be, and Raichu's ears are hard to distinguish. Okay, I get it. So yeah, depending on the number of trainers, sometimes they had to admit a couple Pokemon. Like, I mean, Smarlin's jealous. Nope, Starmie's there for a second. Okay. It looks like they just stopped putting every Pokemon in when they got to ice. Yeah, because I don't see Avalugg in there. That's the only thing really missing. And then fire. Yeah, there's no way you could fit everything for fire in, but you got Infernape, and that's what matters. And then rock, sure, they're just all tennis match looking at this. But I mean, the best part. That's unfortunate. They could only actually fit 2 Pokemon in there. But to be fair, rock gym leaders tend to use the same stuff frequently, so it's not really a big deal. But just Brock and Onyx turning in unison is one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. And I don't really know why. It just is. But grass happens. Sure, can't really see most of the screen because it transitions away from grass before. But yeah, you got Roma. Yeah, I think everyone has a Pokemon showing up here. Yeah, you just barely see Steenie. So, yeah, she runs off screen. He gets up from there. Crobat is just like scared of him, apparently. Oh, no, it's scared of Solrock coming into screen. That's actually really smart. Poor Roxy, though. She doesn't get anything. And Koga's covered up the entire time. So that's like, some characters do get a bit covered here, but like, I mean, who cares about Will, really? Like, I didn't like Gen 6 a whole lot, but I think if I had to say goodbye to one person here, it would be Will. And he is the one who's covered most of the way. But you got Solrock and Lunatone, you got Meowstic. Yeah, this is another one where they just don't have every Pokemon there for some reason. It's kind of arbitrary when they choose yeah. And then Agatha just does not want to be here because Morty is just like, all right, fine, I'll be here for you guys. Agatha is just done with everything. Meanwhile, the other four are all just like extreme. Yeah, this is one of the best ones, honestly. Unfortunately, Chandelure is covered for most of it, but we got Mimikyu, that's important. We got Gengar taking up like a quarter of the screen, which is also important. This is just a good Gengar. If I haven't mentioned it, Pikachu and Eevee's expressions throughout the entire thing are really good. But I like how, just befitting of being Dark-type doesn't actually get its own slide. You will notice, if it wasn't obvious and I didn't actually point it out, but there is no one from Galar here. And that's because the Galar gym leaders get their own special spot later. So, again, because there's no actual gym leader, it's all Elite Four equivalent, or something similar to that. They don't actually get their own slide, and they just get the whole, oh, they're sneaking around, so you can just see their face thing. But, yeah. It's Umbreon. I can't tell what that is. That might just be... No, because there's 4 trainers. There shouldn't be more than 4 Pokemon. But that is something. Is that... Alright, so that's Umbreon. That's Liepard. That's Absol, and that's Alolan Persian. Is that Houndoom? I guess they gave Karen 2 for some reason. I'm not sure. But then, let's see. Does Viola have a Butterfree? I don't actually remember. Regardless, sure, those are Bug-type people. And then Fairy, because, well, this one at least makes sense, because you don't have Opal or Bead, so there's only 2 Fairy types, so they just have to put the entire thing chock full of Fairy types. So at least this one being mostly Pokemon makes sense. I'm glad, for those of you who know my Shining Hunting career, I'm glad there's a pink P-Toad in there. If you don't know my Shiny Hunting career, you're going to be very confused right now. But then, sure, dragons, they're... Where is Drake? Drake just did not bother to face the camera. Okay, I see how it is. He just does not care at all. So, no? Iris shows up later as a champion when they do the champion montage. So I just... Besides Iris, most Dragon-type specialists are relatively old. Like, besides her, Claire and Raihan are the 2 youngest, I guess. And, like, the other 3 are anime characters with, like, visible wrinkles on their faces. So they've got to be, like, 60 or something. I don't know. Anyway. Sure, Steel types. And this guy just... I don't know why he gets hit in the face with a wash tub, but he gets hit in the face with a wash tub. I'm not exactly sure why they were like, alright, that's the special flare. Actually, were there special flares for every single type? Was there something special beyond each frame? In case you can't tell, this isn't scripted. Alright, so this one... Water is pretty normal. At least I think it is. Yeah, I don't think there's any special effect. Obviously, it's lightning, and then the second one is the lightning missing because ground. And getting frozen, getting thawed out. Then the rock, then the grass, then I guess Crobat. Then okay, so not every type has their own special thing, but that's understandable, I guess. I mean, I like Jasmine's little oh no thing there. Nobody else like cares at all. Like Byron and Night Guy from Gen 6, who I just completely forget because Gen 6 had the most memorable Elite Four. Wait, hold on. I don't remember his name, but is chef guy even here? Is he like the one character not there? Wait, no, that's his hair. Okay. Cybold's there. Okay, it's actually bothering me. It's actually bothering me who this guy is now. I remember he's like the only one who I don't actually remember. Okay, I'm mad at myself, so I'm going to look it up. It is something knight sounding. I know that much. Gen 6 Elite 4. Alright, I'm looking this up on my phone. Wickstrom. Okay, yeah, there's no way I was going to remember Wickstrom. But now that it reminded me, alright, I saw Cybold and Drosna. Have to check. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I thought Malva wouldn't be there. She's, like, actually front and center. I also like how all the fire-type trainers are like, yeah, you do that, Infernape. You severely traumatized that poor Eevee. I mean, Kiwi kind of doesn't. I also like her face there. She's just like, ah. Yeah, she has some good expressions. Anyway, back to what we were doing. So he just, like, takes a massive L there. And then all the normal type trainers are just cheering him on for some reason, including Slacking. No, Slacking's not clapping. Watchog's cheering. Slacking isn't. Okay, I really like Whitney's noodle arms. Like, I'm still mad that Miltank has to be in the picture, but I really like Whitney's noodle arms. That's good. And then the fighting type trainers are all just... Bruno looks like he's about to boy someone. Well, Brawly got both of his Pokemon in here for some reason. That seems like nepotism, but it's Gen 3 nepotism, so I don't really care. I also, again, just like the animation on the trainer in the foreground again. And, man, that is one floofy Eevee. Like, that tail is bigger than its entire body. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, Maylene gets completely covered, so you can't really see. Hala gets almost completely covered. And then... Wow, that sure is Chuck and Bruno in the... You fight Chuck and Bruno in the same game. I never realized... Okay. It took them a bit before they were like, alright, we could do some interesting designs with our fighting type trainers, I guess. But, yeah, it is worth noting that I get... That's just a great face. Again, there are a lot of relatable faces on these trainers here. But you got a Gen 3 character here. And then, I mean, Chuck's design didn't change too much. But let's go back. Like, we'll just use Misty as an example. It's their most recent design. So, like, Misty is her older Heart Gold Soul Silver design. And all the Hoenn gym leaders use their remake designs. Which, I mean, it makes sense. But, yeah. Oh, wait! I forgot. This is one really important thing. We have to go back to the ground section because there is one person missing. Giovanni has just been cancelled. Also, this is another great in-between frame. Just both Bertha and Rhyperior have best... Alright, you know what? Clay has a good face there, too. Just go through this entire thing frame by frame. You'll see a lot of great faces. Giovanni does show up later because there's a little villain section. But it's just funny. Giovanni does not count as a gym leader. He has been cancelled. Blue is also not in here as a gym leader just because, again, he shows up as a champion later. And then we got that. Is Pidgeotto supposed to be that big? I'm not sure. But then I'm surprised there are only 4 flying type trainers in the entire series. But yeah. Is Skylet like flying on that Swanna side saddle? Because that's actually kind of impressive. Or no, she's lying down while flying on a Swanna. Again, it's just impressive. And then... Alright, so they were running in the sky the entire time. And then... Alright, this I guess turns into a staircase that she jumps down and then just... Yeah, I don't know what principle of animation this is or like what technique this is, but like swapping to characters and like they're not swapping in the same pose, like he just continues the motion. That's just neat. And then this is the part where they just put a lot of legendary silhouettes on the screen, and this is like the least original piece of animation in the entire thing because I think these are just silhouettes of the official art, but I can't tell what a lot of these are. Like that's Manaphy. That's Therian Tornadus. What is this? What is this? You could tell some of them a bit better when they're, like, in motion. Like, if I play it, I might be able to pick something out better. Nope. Nope. Not at all. Not at all. Alright. There's one instance that might be Regice with something else behind. Or no, that's Volcanion. Because obviously Manaphy's there, so Mythicals can be around. That might be Zarude then, if there are Mythicals here. No. I see wings. I really don't know what that is. There's nothing Galar shows up until they start showing the actual Galar characters, though. So, that's something. Again, that's not Zapdos. I don't think that's Zapdos. I have no idea what that is. That looks like an ear. Then this changes to something spherical. This might be an Ultra Beast that I'm not remembering properly. This, I definitely can't tell what that is. Again, this looks like Regidrago. I don't remember what name that one is, but it isn't, because there's nothing from Galar here. And it goes out of focus before you can really tell, especially what the thing on the bottom there is either. I mean, that's Suicune. That's Nihilego. That looks too humanoid to be a Pokemon, and it's not his shadow, I don't think. It does, because it slides into place with the rest of them. That's a Hoopa ring. Is this Unbound Hoopa? This might be Unbound Hoopa. I'm not sure. No idea what the one here is. Oh, no, that's Buzzwole. That's Buzzwole, which means that's got to be Pheromosa. Okay, I'm figuring some of these out now. Alright, that's Raikou. Is that Diancie and Mega Diancie? I think it is. Alright, and then there's Xurkitree moving in. And then that, I can't tell what that's part of. Is that part of Celesteela? That is definitely Celesteela. Okay. Not sure what this is again. But, okay, there's Kartana. So they basically just shoving the Ultra Beasts along here. Alright, that's Entei, that's Meloetis. They're just going through all the mythicals there, and then the Ultra Beasts on the bottom, because there's Guzzlord. And once Entei gets off screen, that's Keldeo. Ooh, are these the other Swords of Justice up top? I'm not sure. That is not a good angle to tell what that is. Alright, then we swap to Girl, and I have no idea what this is supposed to be. That looks a little Ultra Beasty, but I'm not sure. Ooh, hold on a minute. There's a Ferris wheel in here. I don't think this is supposed to be Winden. I think this is just like generic anime OP city, but it does have a Ferris wheel, so it might be like Winden or just generally London themed, but I don't think there's a Ziggurat building like that in London, so who knows. Anyway, that's Speed Deoxys. That's another Deoxys. I can't tell if it's normal or attack. There's Articuno. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure if that's part of a Pokemon at all. There's a really big Jirachi. I don't think Jirachi is supposed to be that large. Hold on. That looks like part of something. I'm not sure what that is. I am actually really not sure what that is. I don't think we see Rotom in here, because... Alright. There's Lunala. Oh, it's one of the Lake Guardians. Okay. Because that's Mesprit. I think that might just be... Oh no, that's Articuno's tail. What am I talking about? Okay. And, wait, is that Eternatus? That can't be Eternatus. No, okay, that's Dialga's tail. So Dialga goes up, then there's Zapdos. That, I think, is Solgaleo. Let's see, Regirock's there. That's another Lake Guardian. Alright, there's Uxie. There's Regice, and then there's... Okay. Yeah, I remember this now. We missed Palkia there at the beginning. Oh, this could be Giratina then. Yeah, Giratina's probably just in here somewhere. I'm not really sure. Because it goes Palkia, Dialga, then Arceus on the left. Here are the Regis on the bottom. Alright, there's Darkrai. Can't tell what this is. This might be part of Cresselia's body. Because... yeah, that's Regirock, Regice. Registeel is there. Then it flashes... Okay, yeah. Here's more stuff. Because we got... There's Zygarde. There's... Xerneas and Yveltal are in there somewhere. There's Lugia's PogChamp. There's Azelf, I think. Oh, so this is just going to be... yeah, on the bottom is all the Zygarde forms. Then... Lugia comes through here. I don't think that's a Pokemon. I think that's just... No, that's Magearna. Never mind. What is that? That is Lati something. I'm assuming red means it is Os. There's something with a long neck there. That might be Os. I think that is. And so let's see, we come through here. This doesn't look like anything. That's Ho-Oh flying by. Alright, then. Alright, yeah. Here's where all the villainous team leaders pop up. And I love how Luzamine is literally just... she's just a dome for a bit. But this is the issue. Who is everyone here? Cyrus, Giovanni, Luzamine, Lysander, Getsis, Kalres, definitely Maxi. Who is this? If this is Maxi, then someone has to be Archie. Alright, let's see what we got. Gen 1. Is Archer here? I know Rose isn't here. I know as a fact Rose isn't here because he shows up later. Is the Archer going to be there to represent Gen 2? So we got 1, 3, 4, 5, and 5 again, 6, 7. So I can't tell which one of these two is Archie, because one of these has to be Archie. It might be this one, because that looks like a long coat, and I'm not sure who this is. One of these is Archie, one of these is probably representative of Gen 2, which means, I guess, Archer. So Archie and Archer, can't really tell who each of these are. Maybe by them coming into shot. No, the one on the left is just a blob. And then, yeah, I just can't tell on that one. So then we got this nice shot. There's no real Easter egg here because they're like, oh, we found the other person's Pokemon. And then here's the other part where I just can't tell who everyone in here is. Because, alright, there's Brendan and May. There's Lucas and Dawn. May trips down here. So that's still May. Then Lyra comes in here. That's Lyra. Who is this? Is this Ethan? I can't tell who this is. Because Ethan and Hilbert both seem to be missing from this, and I'm not sure. I think based on the bag, this is probably Ethan. Who just, like, bumps into Dawn here. Then Lyra's there. And there's Hilda and Rosa. Then there's Nate. And then there's Serena. I actually don't know the Sun and Moon people's names. That's Sun and Moon Boy. That's Sun and Moon Girl. And then Calum is what cuts into the next scene. So Nate is just not... Hilbert is just not here. I don't know why. Which is just really weird. How they missed... Because, like, okay. So it's like, they use HGSS to represent Gen 2. And then Red shows up later as... in his role as Ultimate Challenge in the game's Red. Not player character Red. Or I guess the boy and the girl also have Pikachu and Eevee, so they might represent Kanto as well. Because you got... Alright, both Gen 3. Both Gen 4. What I'm assuming is both of Gen 2. Then 3 of the 4 from Gen 5. Then Gen 7 comes... Yeah, because that's definitely Sun and Moon Boy. That's not Hilbert. Hilbert is just gone. Poor... I could make a Cosmos joke here, but I'm above that. Unless... Is that him running next to Sun and Moon Girl, like, behind her? Because there is that little piece of hair. Nope, that's her own hair. Alright, Hilbert's just gone. Which is really weird. And then we cut into, like, the coolest shot of the entire thing, but unfortunately there's no Easter eggs, because this is just the champions being cool. Lance's signature move is Hyper Beam, Mega Evolution. This is Emerald Wallace, not Oras Wallace, I think. So it's representing him as the champion. And then just, alright, yes, we get it, Cynthia's cool. We get it, Garchomp is also cool. Then this, I missed the first, like, 2 or 3 times. I thought this was Iris clapping her hands together above her head. Because her sleeve, you see that little fold back there, but it's actually just the one sleeve going over. I thought it was both her sleeves going over. She just, like, high-fived herself, basically. But no, it's Alder high-fiving Iris, which if you slow it down and look at the size of the hands, yeah, this is obviously 2 different people. So that's really nice. And, sure, Diantha exists. I mean, there's no real yeah, there's no one to represent the champion for Gen 7, which is weird because, I mean, like, Hao and Kukui are both here, but there's no actual champion shot. It just cuts out at Gen 6, and then obviously there's no Gen 8 because Leon's there later. I also think it's funny how, like, yeah, no, Iris and Alder, they don't get Pokemon. Diantha, I understand not getting a Pokemon shot because her ace isn't from this gen. Like, her ace isn't a Gen 6 Pokemon. Oh yeah, it's a Mega Evolution, but it's not a Gen 6 Pokemon, so like, I thought, side tangent, I think it's stupid that Diantha and Leon's aces aren't Pokemon from their generations. But anyway, so then this is the other protagonist montage. So Rosa and Hugh looking cool. I mean, oh man, I did not. I need to screenshot that. I didn't realize there were like two really good Barry faces there. But then Barry and Lucas. Sure, this is Platinum Lucas. Is Dawn in this? I'm not sure. Then, oh yeah, these characters from X and Y that you definitely remember. It's neat that they're like all doing the dancing thing. And that's just a generic background thing, yeah. Oh, that's weird. Is Dawn not in this at all? I think she might be. I'm not sure. Then this is just nice emotional shot of like. I also like how it's Hilda turning into Nate. Nate is the same height as Hilda, but Sharon was always this much taller than the protagonist apparently, and he and Bianca both shot up a lot in 2 years. Like, wow, I'm only just realizing this. But anyway, that's nice. If you started on Gen 5, you're probably very emotional. Then, for some reason, Mewtwo is a Gen 6 thing and not a Gen 1 thing. But, I mean, sure, just keep shoving Greninja down our throats. I'm not going to complain, really. So, yeah, I don't think Caleb's in this at all. And then this cuts to just a nice shot of... Gen 7 rivals were better than Gen 6 rivals, basically, is what I'm getting at. So I like this dichotomy of Hao is just being happy, Gladion is trying to be edgy, and then neither of them is allowed to do anything once the actual protagonist steps into frame. And then, like, this is the one that everyone gifts because it's adorable. Like, sure, this part is cute, and Nebby being there is cute, but Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon get no love here. Like, it's just the default versions of the Sun and Moon characters, but I mean, this face is the best part of this sequence. Like, yeah, like, okay, that's cute, but this. Just that. Yeah, I don't need to say anymore. And I also like how the Sun and Moon logos are making arcs in the sky behind them, because it's like the Sun and Moon rising and setting, and time of day happens. And Nebby just... Lily does not have the bag on her right now. Nebby just materialized out of nowhere, which is great, actually. And here's the cool part. Hilda is the only one who gets 2 shots there, but it's okay, because her eye, you have N, and then his eye turns into Hilbert, which, like, this shot makes up for Hilbert just not being there previously, honestly. And then Hilbert turns into Lyra, and then Lyra is looking at Silver doing something. Unfortunately, you can't see Feraligator's face here, but you can definitely see its spikes, so, like, Feraligator is present. And honestly, he has the oldest looking design out of everyone who shows up in this. Like, it cuts to Blue in a second, and... Or no, it doesn't cut to Blue in a second. Anyway, you see Blue. Like, Blue and Silver have the oldest looking designs in this entire thing, which is interesting at the very least. And then, this is makes my Gen 3 child's heart feel a lot of things. It's Wally's perspective looking, I guess, back at Brendan and May after they beat him. Because they both look kind of sad here. And, like, it's the rose petals from his Oras encounter, but this is the emerald versions of Brendan and May. AKA the best versions of Brendan and May, because Oras was disappointing for an emerald fan. This is Oras Wally, which is, like, fine. I don't mind Oras Wally. But I'm glad to see the emerald versions of these characters, at least. Even though, I mean, I don't dislike the Oras Wally fight, so that's why I'm not like, alright, sure, Oras Wally and the Rose Petals, that's fine, but emerald versions of Brendan and May are still the best versions of Brendan and May. Then anyway, I guess this is the champion fight from the original games. I don't remember this from anywhere, but this is obviously not Viridian Jim, because this is representative of him as a champion. Then, interestingly, this is his You Chose Squirtle team, which is only weird because... do we see who's fighting against him? No, we don't. We don't see who's fighting against him, because we cut to Ethan versus Red. So, you see Red later with Blastoise and Charizard, but not Venusaur. So I guess Blue only chose Venusaur, whereas Red somehow got multiple Pokemon, and he doesn't have Pikachu because the new male trainer in this has Pikachu, I guess. But interesting how he has 3 Pokemon out, and you will see Ethan only has 1. Red is definitely cheating here. So, this is just calling out Tyranitar, and this also makes up for Ethan barely being seen, because, like, again, I am going frame by frame. Every single frame here is incredible. Like, just, look at that. He's got the sweat, he's sweating, and the Pokeballs popping out, and, like, just look at this. Ooh, it's even anime-style Pokeball, where it splits off into 2 halves, and the energy comes out. That's neat. And then, I like this minimalist Ampharos that slowly gets less minimalist as time goes on. I also just like Ampharos, so I'm glad to see it actually got to do something. And unfortunately, we don't see it after executing the attack. Besides, like, okay, never mind, we do. I'm stupid. And then cuts back to Blastoise, about to receive the attack. And that's just... oh no. I'm not enjoying myself right now, says Blastoise. And I guess this is when Red gets defeated. Because Blastoise... well, I mean, he has Charizard and Lapras out, but they're also weak to Ampharos, so... Red's hat goes flying out. Then it cuts back into the city. I guess this must... is this supposed to be them reflecting on their playthroughs of the Pokemon games or something? That would make sense. Because I guess they did technically jump into the TV, which... and this is them living through their memories of all that stuff. So I get it. So then Pikachu ends up here. This also made me happy, because... you'll notice Kyogre and Groudon just straight up weren't there in the other legendary montage. They were some of the more obvious omissions. There weren't many third legendaries. Like, Mewtwo and Mew weren't there for obvious reasons. Mythicals were there. Ooh, I must have missed Shaman. I think I might have missed whatever Skyform Shaman was. And I definitely have seen Cresselia before. I just missed it here. But were there any third version legendaries? I didn't see Kyurem. I didn't see Rayquaza. I did not see Giratina in either form. Zygarde was there, but it didn't get a third version. Gen 7 didn't get a third version, but even then I didn't see Necrozma in any form. Then Gen 8, well, there is nothing from Gen 8 yet, so yeah, interesting. But regardless, Groudon and Kyogre get the big shots here, and for some reason it's still raining when Groudon's there. That's not accurate. Then they're like, oh no, you're not my partner, you're my friend's partner. I'm gathered from this, like, the implication is that they grew up together and are just, like, really close, but grew apart at some point, but Pokemon is what reunites them, and it's, like, nice little uplifting message of, oh hey, yes, Pokemon is ultimately a social thing, and it brings a lot of people together, even in the real world, so that's nice. But, also, this goes with the... I'm actually gonna back out of the full screen for this. You know what? I'm going to check that Discord message. Is it Enel playing, like, live tweeting his Trails in the Sky second chapter directly into my... Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is 100% Enel complaining about being forced to use a character he didn't upgrade in Trails in the Sky second chapter. So that's a nice Easter egg. Anyway, so some of the lyrics are about, alright, I want to be by your side. I always want us to be together in the best seats. So it's the movie imagery, which goes together with this, like, movie screen thing here, and then the home theater transition into the Pokemon world. So I don't know if this is supposed to be representative of something, but I think it's representative of something. Hold on, is there a legendary I didn't see here before? Yeah, because Reshiram and Zekrom are also not in here because they show up in the Hilbert and N segment, and also Mewtwo's not there. But let's catch back up to where we were before we go back full screen. Red. Okay, so we're here. Go back into the full screen. And then there's that. And then this is an... Alright, I think... Ooh, is this what they're... Are they... Hold on. Are there shapes in the clouds? First off, no, it does not look like they're shapes in the clouds. They're just nice moving clouds. So, here, the first thing is obviously, alright, there's Hammerlock Stadium on this sign here. And then it goes through the montage of the Galar gym leaders, and that looks Moto-Stokey. So this is, I think this is just a... No, don't play. I think this is just like a mural depicting Galar. in general, because you got the sword and shield colors here too. So that's neat. And then, yes, this is probably... Yeah, because if that's Motostoke and that's Hammerlock, that's the wild area, and you can see a bunch of different, like, environmental-looking things there. So, maybe, because we'll see a bit later that... Because, like, obviously there's a whole symbology... Is symbology a word? I don't know. Of, oh, the trainers are in this gray city, and then they get pulled out of it by meeting each other's Pokemon, and then they come together in front of a big mural representing Galar. So, like, oh, they're coming together for these new games, and that's a whole big deal. Oh, that's another thing, because it started with the boys walking down the train tracks, which is a thing on TV in the Pokemon world, and then the character looks through what seems to be like a home theater or a TV, so it might be that movie, jumping into that movie, having adventure, recollecting on, like, all of Pokemon and stuff, then meeting up with, like, a long-lost friend or something through the games, and setting... The main thing is, oh, they set off for the DLC locations in Sword and Shield together, because this is supposed to be still... It's like, Pokemon does nostalgia trips a lot. They don't always hit. This one hits probably the best of any in, like, the past few generations for me, honestly, if you can't tell by the fact that, like, I'm getting a little choked up just talking about it. So then here's the cool thing, like, we finally make it to the present day. It's a nice montage of the Galar gym leaders, and I love how there's the Rotom drone cam thing. And you get all of them. This is just fight order. Nessa, Kabu, then B, unfortunately, doesn't really get to do much. She only gets, like, a third of the frame when Alistair gets most of it, but that's fine. I did not want to ever be that close to Opal's face, but thank you, game. Or music video, whatever. Then, again, unfortunate... Wow, man, Yeah, both Sword-exclusive gym leaders got shafted here. Like, B gets pushed out of frame, Gordy gets pushed out of frame, then... That's a not good... I should not crop it on that frame, or leave it hanging on that frame for a while, especially the ones where he's still sweating. So then Piers, and then he blinks the sweat out of his eyes somehow, which is honestly more impressive than anything. And then Raihan just does his Raihan thing, and I like that. He like does his "Rawr, I'm a scary dragon man," and he just waves to the camera. So this is probably just like in Motostoke Stadium when things get introduced. I don't think that's not really representative of anything. No, this is probably Winden Stadium because Leon's here. So this is Leon just reenacting the opening of his fight. Throwing the cape up. And that's cool. Then you get Bede here. And here's where I was alluding to. You get like one frame of Oleana where you can obviously tell it's her based on the face. And then you're just basically stuck figuring out, yeah, that's got to be Rose, just like because Rose's shoes look like that. So then you get these are the rivals. Because you got the big Team Yell thing. And that I think this is more Team Yell grunts than you like actually face in the entire game. So that's kind of funny. And then the very important thing where I also like slightly off-model Morpeko there is great. But then instead of Marnie making herself smile, it's Morpeko making her smile. And you get the 1 second, okay, that's enough Morpeko, please stop. Before you go through her eye. And you just get Hop doing his usual thing. Ooh, it even cuts from his normal outfit into his uniform. I never noticed that. That's nice. So then he has Rillaboom because apparently Cinderace is the canonical starter for Gloria and Victor. But I had to actually pause and go on Cerebi and look up his team in the in the finals. But no, Hop only has 5 Pokemon until the end of the game, and then he picks up the Legendary to round out his team. But like even his Corviknight is not Gigantamaxed here. But I like Pincurchin just chilling there. And then obviously here's Leon. I was very confused about Mr. Rhyme here, but no, it turns out that one of Leon's Pokemon does also change based on your starter. So, like, he has the starter strong against yours, and then he also has another Pokemon that switches and will be weak to whatever type your starter is. But then, like, obviously, Aegislash is also weak to fire, so you still had an advantage if you picked Scorbunny. But, like, there's Leon's whole team with... Honestly, I think that's lowballing the size of G-Max Charizard there. And that's also way cooler than Mr. Rhyme has any right being. And yeah, Victor gets a close-up shot while Ooh, hold on. Can I see their number? 227. Is 227 symbolic of anything? I'm not actually sure. Let me think. What is First off, what is Pokemon 227? 227. 227 is Skarmory. But what is 227 Galar? 227 Galar is probably not anything significant. No, don't. Scroll. Unless it's one of the... Galar 227 is Shuckle. So it's not... Is Pokemon Day February 27th? What is Pokemon Day? Pokemon... Yes, okay, it's Pokemon Day. That's it. There had to be something in the number there. But I just didn't know what it was. Alright, so... Then Victor, close shot, cuts the Gloria for the far shot, and that is a very big Pyro Ball. And that's just... I guess this is supposed to be the final confrontation of this. Then this is the cool thing, because it then cuts to Leon's cap flying. This is one of the screens outside the stadium, or just outside wherever they are, which I think is like a travel station, because these are advertisement posters for Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra, because these are the two towers, and that's the dojo, and then these are just areas we've definitely seen in the Crown Tundra promo stuff before. So this is Leon getting defeated by the trainer, and then his cap flies into the real world and lands on Eevee. And again, that's just an adorable Eevee frame. Let's just appreciate this for a little longer. You know, we're getting all the Ash Hat Pikachus. Can we get a Leon Hat Eevee? I want this now. So there's that. Then... So it's also neat how you got... Okay, so these are the hats of the first champion and the first PC player character, and then the most recent champion, and then just... I don't know. I think... I want to see an anime about these two characters now. Just like older, potentially even adult Pokemon trainers. Like, even if they have to go by we isekai two lifelong Pokemon fans into that world, I'd still be okay with it. So then we're just like, neat Eevee. I love Pikachu's expression here. Again, this is the most this is far more deformed than I'd ever think Pokemon would allow their mascot to be, and I'm here for it. So then we've just got Zacian and Zamazenta there being sleepy doggos, and then I can't tell. Like, obviously the boy trainer is getting upset. Eevee's just laughing at it. The girl's just like, hey, nice to meet you again. I can't tell if he's yelling at Pikachu or her, but then they're like, hey, alright, we're back together again. We have our own Pokemon back. And then you're just like, hey. And again, obviously movie screen. Although I think this might just be the view from the professors looking down, like, hey, we did raise some good kids, didn't we? But then, hold on. Wow, that's rude. What happened to Cedric Juniper? Why is he not here? Both Galar professors are here. Hop was earlier in the trailer, but Cedric isn't there. Because, like, obviously Oak's there. And then Elm... okay, no, stop playing. Did I just start at the beginning again? I think I did. Damn it. Okay. Just gonna go back to here-ish. No, here. Alright. So, you got Gen 1, you got Gen 2. He honestly has the least personality out of all the... I just hit the beginning again, didn't I? Okay. I don't know all the Vegas hotkeys yet. But that's fine, because we're almost done after what I think has been well over half an hour of this. So it's the professors looking down, and it's also like the viewer looking out at the movie screen. And then, so you got Gen 1, you got Gen 2. Oh my, that's great! Kukui's arm. Oh no, it's not disembodied. Never mind. There's his sleeve. I thought Kukui's arm just popped out and then connected to him later. This is great. Elm got absolutely destroyed. But again, him just being a prop for Kukui kind of makes sense, because he's the least personality out of all the professors. We've got Gen 1, we've got Gen 2, we've got Gen 3, we've got Gen 4, we've got one of Gen 5, then 6, 7, both of Gen 8. Apparently Gen 5 doesn't get to have two professors. It also doesn't get to have Hilbert there. So then I don't... Okay, then they get photobombed by all the starters, which is neat. Let's see, hold on. Is anyone, like, significantly covered? Got 1, 2, 3... Nope, okay. So whatever blue was in the background there... Nope, that was just Sycamore's collar. And then the other starters get photobombed by the Gen 8 starters. There's no Eternatus in this at all, which is kind of weird. And then as all this is happening, the trainers are just like, no, they do nod to each other. So I guess they're like, no, yeah, you're going to the next town. Let's go to the next town together. Cool. That's just setting off for the next adventure. These are just the same advertisement billboards for the DLC locations again. And then this is the one legitimately annoying part. Because you got, alright, there's the subway bosses. There's the battle chatelaines. Gen 7 and 8's battle facility personnel are like, they're all accounted for because Gen 7 was just Red and Blue, who we saw already. And then Gen 8 was just Leon, who we saw already. They're just ignoring the existence of the battle frontier. Both of them. They're, like... Yeah, there's nobody from the Gen 3 battle frontier or the Gen 4 battle frontier, which is really stupid. No, the only battle frontier person is Caitlyn, and that's only there as an Elite 4, and she uses her Elite 4 design. So they just are determined to make us forget that the battle frontier exists, apparently. And unfortunately, like, this fades back into the boys walking on the railroad, but yeah, I can't really tell where they're going. At least, well, no, there's a lower shot earlier here. Hold on a minute. Can we see? Nope, it's just out into the mountains. I was thinking that, at least that would be going into the Crown Tundra, but I guess not. So then that pans up into the classic Mew, and then I think this is the person who was on the couch before, based on the hair, back in Game Boy style, throwing a Pokeball, and then that's on the movie screen, and then the same person from before is watching the credits. I don't know who that person is, other than the fact that they have Yamper. But, yeah, there's a lot of awesome stuff in here. It made me very happy to be a Pokemon fan. I'm still hunting for my shiny authentic Sinistea, but, like... Oh, yeah, I forgot. Animated by Studio Bones, which explains, like, everything, honestly. So, I don't know if this is, like, the director, the producer of the band, because it doesn't look like any of the band members. Or just someone Pokemon representative, or just a character just related to the band. But I don't want to hedge my bets on these are the Gen 9 or whatever the next game is, protagonist and professor or something, but I just, it's really good. It made me very emotional. I wish there were Battle Frontier people, but just regardless, I also just like how they just like, yeah, we're done. Let's go to bed now. But yeah, I like Pokemon. I like how there was so much gem-packed in there. I'm glad there wasn't as much Hoenn fan service as they could put in it, because I don't know if I could take it, but that sure is 25 years of Pokemon. I haven't even been around for all of them, but I hope to be around for 25 more, both on my end and on the series end. And until next time, this is Luxon, signing off.